All right, so apparently Detroit Lions had interest in ex-Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Tyler Boyd, known as a slot receiver, more as a possession receiver. Apparently we know why he ain't in Cincinnati no more, because he want too much money. The 49ers reached out to him, winning situation. Kansas City reached out to him, winning situation. I think him and Pittsburgh almost agreed to a contract, didn't. That's a winning situation. The Lions reached out. That's a winning situation. So he looking for money in a receiver-rich draft, which his price going to have to come down. He think he better than what he is, and I'm just trying to think real quick, where did the Lions think he was going to fit? And I'm going to tell you why. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. You're like, well, what you mean? What you think he gonna fit in at? He's a slot receiver. So that means you're gonna have St. Brown playing a little bit more on the outside. And I know they talked about that going into last season, but that wasn't the case. That's the question. He a receiver that does most of his work in the slot. Now he's a good possession receiver. You know, I seen him drop a couple balls, no diddy. But for the most part, he's short-handed. He a chain mover. He ain't gonna beat you vertically. I mean, not for real. So I don't know really what they thinking. But I guess they thinking, well, we got J-Mo to take the top off. We got Donovan Peoples-Jones and Khalif Raymond and Antoine Green who can run. Maybe we get another possession receiver and become more deadly moving the chains. And I can see why they would think that. He's 6'2", bigger body receiver. But he not Marvin Jones in his prime. Marvin Jones in his prime, he could run. You know what I'm saying? He can run, and he ain't never get the most separation, but he was athletic. I think 4'4", 4'5" guy. He was athletic, and he can make those tough catches down the field. And with Tyler Boyd, he ain't gonna run by too many people. He more of a guy that's gonna stop at the chain. I know St. Brown could do everything, yak, beat you deep, good red zone threat, and all that stuff. But, they really need somebody who going to win on the outside. And this was why I was telling them to get DeAndre Hopkins last year. It would have made too much sense. At least you would have had a guy who can beat number one corners. Now, if he going to, run by you, I mean, he got a better chance of running by you than Tyler Boyd, okay? So, that's why I just didn't understand why that didn't make a bunch of sense. Hopkins wanted to be here, you know what I'm saying? He would have gave you what, Tyler Boyd would have gave you. Especially at probably, it sounded like a better price for the player. And people say, oh, he too old. He still was producing out there in Titans. It was especially when Will Levis became the quarterback. So he still had it. And then Tyler Boyd won a bunch of money. That's wild to me. Like, okay. I mean, you played next to Chase and Higgins. And obviously they're going to pay Chase and they looking to trade Higgins. But I'm looking like, where was he going to fit in his offense? He more of an inside guy. He a chain mover. He's a slot. You got a bunch of guys that can move the chain. Sam Laporta, St. Brown, Tyler Boyd. You need somebody who gonna take the top off the defense. Now, you said, well, where would he fit in Kansas City or San Francisco? Hey, in Kansas City, where he gonna fit at is they gonna be what, for the most part, what's Detroit tried to do. Well, in Kansas City, they gonna be what Detroit tried to have. Tight end and Travis Kelce like Laporta who can move the sticks, and now you got a receiver who can do similar things to St. Brown. Now he ain't gonna run by nobody like St. Brown, but I'm just talking about in the possession and moving the sticks. Now if they could find somebody who can take the top off the defense, I mean Kansas City would be in business. You get Tyler Boyd and what he can do underneath, and he can catch and move the chains, but the Detroit would have had the ultimate chain movers. You got backs coming out the backfield, you got backs that can run it. And then you got guys who can get open. The question is, the problem I have is once you go to the slot and you got the slot, you got a lot of free releases. You can go left, you can go right, you go up, you go at 90-degree angle, all that. It's different when you lined up on the outside. You Imanu with the corner. And that's the problem they're gonna have with their receivers. Can your receivers, it's only so many things you can do to get your receivers a free release. You can bunch them, you can put them in motion, but at some point, your receiver, you got to have a receivers on the outside who can beat the corners, Imanu. And that's just the honest, without motion, they don't have that. That's the problem. Jameson Williams is still trying to become that guy. He's physically not strong enough yet, coming off that ACL, and he's light to beat corners on the outside. Now, if the corner don't get the jam on J-Mo, he gone. So when J-Mo gets strong enough to get a free release on the outside, it's going to be game on. But until then, this is why guys wanted a Mike Evans. This is why guys say, hey, at least get a Mike Thomas, a guy that know how to, release on the outside. You know what I'm saying? At least get a guy like Odell, a guy who coming off a second year of an injury should be a lot better. He know how to get a free release on the outside. Some of the guys that I haven't really got entrenched in the draft, because if I can't get the rights to show the film, I'm not talking about that shit. Y'all watch that shit. When I just talk about it. So I've been tapped out of that. But what I've been reading is that a lot of them guys, they don't have a problem getting off press coverage. So when you start talking about Brian Thomas from LSU, he's lighter. So how is he going to do getting off press coverage? Xavier Worthy, Texas, lighter guy. How you going to do press coverage? You got enough guys that have enough issues getting off press coverage. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody that's going to be that guy on the outside that's going to beat press coverage. That's it. You need that guy on the outside who's going to beat the press. Now, that kid from South Carolina, Xavier Legette, hey, man, 220, 6'1", I mean, he got potential. You ain't got no receiver built like that. He built like a running back. Some things he got to clean up, but he built like Anquan Bolden ass. You know what I'm saying? We know what Anquan Bolden did in his first NFL game. If you don't, you ain't a Lions fan. Rest in peace. Rest in power to Charles Rogers. We knew what they did. That was an explosive ass game. Number 2 pick versus second round pick. People forget Anquan, he played in Detroit and he was a quarterback at Florida State to start off. So, but yeah, man. I mean, shit, we can see. But Tyler Boyd, I guess they was gonna have a possession crew. I guess that's what they was thinking. But as far as the 49ers, that was a good fit for what they needed to do. Somebody that can move the chains. Ayuk could be gone, so kind of somebody with Kittles that could really work. And Christian McCaffrey, they've been deadly on third downs. And I think the Lions would have been deadly on third downs with Tyler Boyd, but he wanted too much money. And then the receiver rich draft, you got guys like Michael Thomas if he can get healthy, Odell Beckham out here, and guys like that. He ain't gonna get the type of money he been looking for. Now, if he would have had a bigger year last year, no diddy, I think he would have got some money. But he think he worth more than what he is, and he not. So check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Let me know what you think about the Lions. Trying to check in and see if Tyler Boyd wanted to join the squad. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.